houses, afraid of stirring trouble. I never saw you stop once from looking for trouble, yet now you've decided to sit back. Cowards. Fan, follow me as we teach them a lesson. Knock yourself out. I don't feel like it. Like you said, the 7 houses have made it a tradition to look for trouble. So you can handle it. Oh, Xiao Dandan, weren't you once high-strung as well? I was more confused than angry then. Why bring it up? Yen Fu, you're no better either. True, every time I went out with my master, I'd be throwing my weight around. But since I joined the Luo clan, with its tight rules, I never get the chance. See that, princess? We may look calm and kind on the surface, but there's a festering evil in our bones, like those guys below. Aren't you expecting too much, sending us mean guys into another mean guy's business? If you don't go, I will. Chuanrong are guests and nothing more. Since when have they started acting as hosts? It's Schwanger. We have to go save her. I can ignore other people's business, but our own. Time to probe the Chuanrong for a bit. Missy, are you out for a quick death? Hasn't your emperor taught you how to receive guests? You'll now butt into another's problems, even Chuanrong's delegation. If you call yourselves guests, then you need to act like them. I've never seen a guest as outrageous as you. Ha ha ha. Whether I act as a guest or not will depend on the ability of the host. I'm going to take those 2 for my mount as a snack today. No one can save them. I promise. Stop it. Ha ha ha. A profound heaven girl dares to interfere. I wonder what gave you the gall. Zhao Lahan, stop this instant. What? It's him. Monster that no one in Tianyu dares to provoke. Zhua Fan. How is that possible? With just one hand, he was able to hold back a 5th-level spiritual beast with one hand. Does Tianyu actually have such a person? What a hypocrite. He says he washes his hands of this matter, yet here he is jumping right in. Ha ha ha. Isn't it great though? He's the only one who dares to butt in such an affair. Old man. Do you want me to stand here forever? Beat it. Thank you, Steward Zhua. I will never forget this. Bastard. How dare you stand in my way? Go to sleep, kitty. A steward. Is he just a steward? How can he be so powerful? Steward was might is boundless. What's this person's identity? How come we've never heard of such an outrageous being in Tianyu? Steward Zhua is invincible. Steward Zhua, Steward Zhua, Steward Zhua. His fame is great as well. Everyone practically loves him. Blast it. What is the intelligence department even doing? An expert like this that every common man knows about, yet we've gotten no wind of. They're all nothing but 2-bit rejects. Steward Zhua. Forgive me, Steward Zhua, for our tardiness in buying the goods you asked for. Please don't blame us. We are mere servants, nothing in your eyes, but we are hardworking. Someone blocked our path. Not bad. This girl hasn't been around me for long, yet she has developed quite the flair for the dramatic. Are the lady just now and the new kid only errand boys? If a servant's requirements are at least the profound heaven stage, then what about their elders, clan head, and even venerables? God damn you, Hulian Chai. How the hell did you perform your investigation? How the hell am I supposed to know when Tianyu whipped out a fresh batch of clan members? Could it be? They are bluffing. You know you're wasting time, so why are you still here? If you run late and the young master isn't satisfied, I can't suffer the consequences and you sure as hell can't either. My subordinate was too impulsive. I apologize for the trauma he caused. What are you standing around for? Back to shopping. Steward Zhua, how are we to do that when they're blocking the road? That's right. Hold on while I deal with this. Hey, you guys. The imperial capital's main street is for walking, not parading your pets. Anything on all four, out. You're in my way. What did you say? This is going to be a good show. The Chuanrong are beast-rearing people. They have lived all their lives among them. Asking them to throw their beasts out is like demanding them to give up their advantage and pride. The answer is an obvious no. Perjua fans. Style, he'll first taunt his victim and then act in self-defense, leading them to strike first. The result? Of course, beating the crap out of you, all while standing on the moral high ground. Let's see if anyone can top that. You asshole. How dare you touch my horse? We are Chuanrong warriors, our beasts never leave our side. We only know how to advance and never retreat. If you are capable, then you can make the spiritual beasts fall back. That kid sure is something. Who is he? So young yet versed in politics and strength. He must be leader material. He has an air about him that could have only been gained in battle. Ha ha ha. Brother, your eyes are getting sharper. We've been waiting for the delegation to reach the Imperial Palace's gates yet they just wouldn't show. Turns out the scamp cut them off. I just can't make sense of him. He's picking a fight with anyone. He isn't called Tianyu's #1 thorn for nothing, ha ha ha. Big brother, could you please not talk like that? It wasn't Zhua Fan who started it this time. Little sister really protects her own people. However, I didn't mean it as Steward Zhua's responsibility. We had figured there'll be some hostilities with the Chuanrong. That's what happens when we battle each other for years and years. Their delegation is only here to showcase their superiority, something we planned for. Yet here they are, dead in their tracks, and saving us plenty of trouble too. Their march to the Imperial Palace was to set up their powerful position, cut short by Zhua Fan's interference. Sigh, it's a darn shame too. By the way, elder brother, do you know that youth? Not just know him, but he is an old rival. He is the Chuanrong Empire's commander Tuoba Tishan's only son. Tuoba Lufeng. What? He's a young commander. And adept in leading his men. A bit on the young side, but he has earned his place in the army. We four have tangled with him more times than I can count, and always came at a disadvantage. They say he will take his father's place, a prime candidate to be the next commander. Elder brother, what about the others? There are 8 wolf wardens under Chuanrong Empire's commander, of great mettle and are unstoppable. 3 of them are currently present. The second among the 8 wolf wardens, Savage Wolf Xiaolahen. His innate power and unmatched bravery paint him as someone able to tear apart STH-level spiritual beast. A fierce opponent. That one there is obscure wolf, Hulian Chai. In charge of intelligence and scouting, a hidden danger. He isn't much to look at, but he is sure to be watching you. His operatives are sharp and capable. And that's Chuanrong Empire's most famous archer, ranked 3rd in the 8 wolf wardens, the sky-piercing wolf, Shabi. His heaven-shaking bow and cloud-nailing arrow are GTH-grade spiritual weapons. His shots are deadly, taking out the enemy generals. Even the marshal suffered at his hands. He is one opponent you can hardly guard against. Yes, 8 wolf wardens are all tough, all radiant stage experts, all veterans. Never underestimate them on the field of battle. Elder brother, who is that? Chuanrong Empire's imperial tutor, Han Tianma. He is our Prime Minister Zhuge Changfeng's equivalent. Does that mean the enemy has sent his best over? How could they send someone of such importance to Tianyu? Don't they fear an assassination? Chuanrong Empire is unlike ours, who have the 4 pillars to hold up the nation, yet each of them is filled with their own designs. Take Godfather and Zhuge Changfeng for example, neither will accept the other. With years and years of constant fights at the border, they say Zhuge Changfeng had planned to go to the Chuanrong Empire once, for peace talks, but never carried it out. Do you know why? He feared the old marshal's betrayal. Godfather isn't the type to do this, but it'll be impossible for the Prime Minister to believe Godfather completely. But for Chuanrong, things are different. Take this mission as an example. Tuoba Taishan actually allowed his son to come on this delegation because the imperial tutor is here to look after him. Why Han Tianma has come in the first place is because Tuoba Taishan has 5 million troops stationed at the border sending the delegation off. If any danger were to come upon the delegation, the army would march south. And the empires would be tangled into a heavy war. This is the general's accord. Look at how united they are, and look at us. Brother Dugu. What about that pretty girl? You pervert. Telling you to step back. Is out of respect for you, do you really want me to do it? Ha ha ha. If you must. He he he. Scram. Back off. What's going on? Back off. What's going on here? Ah. My leg. It's broken. Don't run. Get back here. Get back here. Lianer, you're the best at controlling beasts. Just what is going on here? It's you. Huh. It's her. I didn't realize she was one of the envoys of the Chuanrong Empire. When the Chuanrong got here, all I cared about was their level. I didn't even pay attention to this girl's appearance. Who is he? What is he doing in the imperial capital? Which house's steward is he? So the girl is a Chuanrong. But what was she doing on Beast King Mountain, at the time of the esoteric debate, no less? Does it have something to do with the Chuanrong delegation's aim for coming here? That rotten, stinking prick. He knows another lady. Sigh, another hottie falls into Brother Zhu's clutches. I admit defeat. Lianer, do you know each other? He's the one I told you about. What? There's actually a man in this world with such absolute power over beasts. If that's the case, he is the greatest threat to us. He has to be eliminated. Damn, Tuoba Lufeng is usually calm. Why then, the sudden thirst for blood? So what? Even if they show their tough side again, Brother Zhu is sure to nail them dead. What's there to worry about? That's exactly what I'm afraid of. Who here doesn't know about Zhu Fan's temper? Irritated enough, those guys won't see tomorrow. If anything happens to them, what will Tuoba Tashan's 5 million army at the border do? Why are you looking at me like that? Jalahen, Jabi, Falcon formation. We'll do it in one move. Lilfeng, we don't know what he can do or who's behind him. Attacking him rashly is thoughtless. Him being a threat is enough. He has got to go now, or our beast armies will suffer. We are in an altercation with him now. This is the best excuse to ice him. When we see Tianyu's emperor later, if they mention this matter, we'll just say that the guy got too confident of his blue blood in stopping us and got killed by a stray attack. This young man. He gives me the same feeling as when I first met Zhuge Changfeng. Sigh, Tianyu has so many talents. Attack. Stop. Tuoba Lufeng, Han Tiama, what do you think you're doing? Withdraw. Marshal Dogu, it's been ages. Long time no see. What's this old man doing here? Marshal Dogu, how can your people lack even common decency? We represent the Chuanrong Emperor in presenting your nation's majesty with a gift. But your people actually scared our mounts and harmed our warriors. Is this how a host acts? TSK. Ha. Imperial Tutor, Tuoba Lufeng, seeing you faraway guests, I'll give you a good-natured suggestion. Forget about your rancor and drop this issue here, for your sake. You can't mess with that guy. What? Marshal Dogu's tone sounds as if this guy was in a higher position. He can't afford to mess with him either. Just what's going on? Who the hell is this guy? Marshal Dogu, who is he? How come even you are reluctant to face him? I am not reluctant, but simply find him a pain, a thorn to avoid. Last time, the second prince stepped on his toes and he leveled the imperial palace. You are the Chuanrong and I fear that if anything happens to you, it will plunge our nation into a bitter war. I can't have that. Ha ha ha, you must be thinking I stopped you for his sake, right? When I was in fact helping you. Marshal Dogu has revealed two crucial pieces of info. The first is this young man's authority in Tianyu burst at the seams to ignore the emperor and kick a prince around. The second is his terrifying power. Not even the six of us could stop him, but instead might end up with casualties and worsening the ties between nations. Why is it that we've never heard a word of such a valiant character? All right, let me take you to the imperial palace. Now remember, keep your distance as much as possible. Kid, I don't care what happened, just please let this one go on my account. After all, they are our guests. Since the old marshal asked, I will. Please do pass this along, this is my turf, and not their backyard to jaywalk. Let's go. Awesome. Sticking close to Brother Zhuo is the best. Thank God Godfather mediated before the matter escalated. This maverick demonic dragon was assumed to be the wolves' next meal, yet now they were the ones left whimpering. They're coming. Prime Minister, are they the Chuanrong? Why do they look like stragglers from a routed army? I believe they were indeed routed. I reckon they went head-to-head with Tianyu's #1 thorn. This new generation. Chuanrong's 6 leaders entered a high-class tavern. Brother, it's me. Who is he? Ha ha ha. Miss Lianer. We've been chatting all day at the feast, yet you've already forgotten me. You are. Zhuge Changfeng. Lianer, don't make a fuss, Prime Minister Zhuge is on the same side as us. What? The Prime Minister, the great leader of Tianyu's 4 pillars, is on our side. How can this be? Miss Lianer, I and your esteemed father, Imperial Tutor, and your Emperor have been in secret contact for decades. I finally get why you were so confident in this mission. You had Prime Minister Zhuge on the inside. He's the one you called the most reliable spy. Prime Minister sir, have there been no changes to the plan? I get the feeling the situation in Tianyu has gone through upheaval. Ha ha ha. The young general is keen. It has indeed been so over these past few years. Our plan will just have to keep up with the times. Worry not though, the stage has changed in our favor and not against it. Oh, why is that? The original plan was to use the Centennial Jubilee as an excuse to bring high-ranked Chuanrong into the imperial capital. When the time is right, Commander Tuoba will put pressure on the borders, taking Doguzhantian away and leaving the playing field open for the regent estate to incite chaos in its conquest of the houses. With the emperor's men busy with the mess, he'll have no one next to him, giving us the perfect opportunity to cut his head. The plan was 90. Assured of success. Once the emperor falls, the rest will follow. With no support, the veteran Doguzhantian will be beaten back as well. At this point, the Chuanrong army will have free rein to go across the country, with Tianyu all for the taking. The crucial point is for all these scenarios to happen at the same time. By the time the Empire's 3 guardian sects find out, it'll be too late. We'll just give them a little something to soothe them later. And Tianyu will be ours. Yes, that's the original plan. But what has changed? This change came out of the blue to everyone. Tianyu no longer has 7 noble houses, but rather 8. It is now in an even more tangled mess, with 3 factions in a deadlock. Even the ambitious regent estate finds this situation hard to overcome. How can? Actually, you've already met with the 8th house today. Luo clan, led by that steward, Zhuofan. Zhuofan. The same one who blocked us. He can't be left alive. Since they are foiling our plan, then we will help the regent estate in rooting them out. Young Master Tuoba, take it easy. If Zhuofan was such an easy target, he'd be dead ages ago. With all due respect, as you are now, facing Zhuofan will end with you all getting annihilated. Prime Minister Zhuge is trying to scare us. I've met with Zhuofan before. He is strong, yes, but not invincible. Zhao Lehen or Zhe Bi, in fact, anyone here can easily kill him. With 2 against him, he is sure to breathe his last for good. Ha ha ha. Miss Liena, when did you meet him? What was his cultivation? Around a year ago. He was a peak bone tempering cultivator then. Now that he's in the 3rd layer of profound heaven stage, it proves he's incredible, but nothing we can't handle. Anything can change, given enough time. For a monster like Zhuofan, a year is more than enough. Look beyond his low cultivation. Pitting your radiant stage experts against him is overconfidence and blind ambition. You're setting yourself up for failure. What are you talking about? Not to mention, Tianyu's every faction is in a deadlock. Looks quiet from the outside, but a storm is brewing underneath the surface. It's the best time for our plan. And the best candidate to break the stalemate is none other than the dauntless Zhuofan. You can't touch him before that, understand? We Chuanrong warriors are not your men. You know the situation better than us. We will listen to the Prime Minister. Imperial Tutor. Imperial Tutor, young master, are we just going to do what the old fox said? We have no choice. We are strangers in a strange land and shouldn't act on a whim. Obscure wolf, you have 3 days to find out about Tianyu's latest events. And this time, don't let the factions' relations and their actions escape your notice. Your Majesty, news has come that the Chuanrong delegation is housed. Also, the Prime Minister has made contact. Ha ha ha. It has finally begun. The pieces are in play. All that's left is a checkmate. How is it, Schwanger? Any changes for the better? Not only are there no changes for the better, but the crouching dragon looks more imposing, ready to take flight. Crouching dragon. In other words, Chuanrong's arrival made the imperial family more powerful. That's terribly strange, unless... Steward Zhua. This sight has shown me that the land will be in even more chaos. The people will be in pain, suffering, and will be wretched. I beg of you, please save them. You alone can change this fate. Yung clan people are so strange. You've set aside your revenge for your kin and instead care for others. No worries, you are with me now. I will help you achieve your wish. No, it's for the people. I'll do it for you but don't feel like doing the same for the people. Now, who do you want me to do it for again? 4. Me. It seems that these people. 3 days later. Young Master. Hu Lianchai, have you found out Tianyu's situation? Young Master, everything is clear. Tianyu is just like we've learned from Prime Minister Zhuge, having experienced great change. All brought upon by the same man that stopped our march, Zhuefan. He is a hard man to deal with. Based on my investigation, there was no 8th noble house 8 years ago, but a nameless third-rate clan. But under Steward Zhu's leadership, this clan struck like lightning, killing everyone in their path to reach the status of 8th noble house. He is a rare talent, with a sharp mind and boundless might. Hu Lianchai, are you sure you aren't wrong? How could this have happened? How is he so strong? Do you think I want to believe this fairy tale? Am I that much of a fool? Everyone on the streets knows about this, down to the last bum. I am forced to believe it. That's why Zhuge Changfeng told us to stay clear of him. He is a serious threat. It's best we follow his advice for now. He will become our end if we don't get rid of him, but with how few we are, it'll be hard if he possesses the skills they say he does. We need to think of the bigger picture. The young commander has no confidence in the 8 wolf wardens. Now we know Tianyu's situation and need only to wait for the emperor's summons. Hu Lianchai, resume scouting and report anything you find, even rumors. The rest of you are dismissed. Hu Lianchai, wait. Young miss, do you need me? Hu Lianchai, your stealth cultivation method is rare in this world. Can you also take us along? Young miss, are you? To be perfectly honest, old pal, we want to get rid of that insufferable prick. What? You can't. Let's say the rumors about him are inflated, but that doesn't mean you can beat him. We still don't know what he did to reach such a high position, all by himself too. Moving without the imperial tutor and the young master's consent will affect the plan. We can't take responsibility for that. I just can't take you. Then we won't kill him, and we'll just teach him a lesson. Hu Lianchai, you've heard it as well, how brother isn't confident in you 8 wolf wardens. We have to prove him wrong, to wash away this shame as Chuanrong warriors. What if the kid is as godlike as they say? Enough ifs. Rumors always tend to exaggerate. When have you seen someone that strong around? Taking the attacks of 2 peak radiant stage experts at the 3rd layer of profound heaven stage. Is he still human? Zha Lahan, with your innate power, you've lived among spiritual beasts deep in the mountains until 20. Can you do it? Do you believe such a ridiculous thing actually took place on this earth? Young miss, I don't mean to brag, but I have yet to find someone who can survive my strength. When I entered the radiant stage, I could handle a peak radiant stage body cultivator's attack, while 2 would be somewhat harder. This is why I do not give credence to what Hu Lianchai says about the prick's masterstroke. It is a fantasy, a made-up fairy tale. Yeah. I've met the guy, and even though he is fast at cultivation, that doesn't make him invincible. We're only going to expose the charlatan for who he is and showcase the divine might of Chuanrong. Not to mention that bastard was mean to me back in Beast King Mountain. He even stole my stuff. And I'm supposed to just let him get away with it. We, Chuanrong, are no pushovers. Alright, young miss, I'll take you out. Humph, Zhua fan. Wait for me. Steward Zhua, what's on your mind? I see, Steward Zhua is brainstorming how to get out of this impasse. Yeah, the four factions, including Chuanrong, are now in a standoff. Neither side wants the deadlock to persist, looking for a palooka so hard in the head that he'd smash this stalemate wide open. But who'd be willing to become the eye of the storm, the public enemy number one, whose fate is to be torn to shreds? I didn't want to do it, but Schwanger, what I understood from your readings is that all these insidious players have one thing in common, they all want to make me the scapegoat. Such a fate is hard to change, even if I'm willing. Relax, since I know heaven's direction, I'll just move against the grain. They want me to become the center of it all, that's fine by me. They'll just have to witness the second coming of Gu Santong. But unlike him, I'm not one to fall so easily. He. Schwanger Zhua fan. To celebrate Imperial Father's centennial jubilee, the Imperial capital is holding a lantern festival. Let's all go. Not interested. Steward Zhua, the Imperial capital is in turmoil and for two weak girls to go alone. I'm afraid. Fine. You're under my protection. I won't leave you alone. Holy shit, that's awesome. He's dating 3 at the same time. 3 women makes a crowd. I'm sick of all this chattering. Zhua fan, what the hell is wrong with you? He. You pompous cretin, weren't you godlike? Try this on for size. Zhua fan. Ha. I knew you weren't up to snuff. One smash and I've plastered you. I should have just used a third of my power instead. Jia Lahin. Look what you've done. Didn't we say we're only teaching him a lesson? Why kill him? And there's not even a corpse left. How will we explain this to the others? It's not my fault that the brat was weak and was posing around with that cocky attitude. What taking 2 peak radiant stage experts attacks? That was clearly a lie. If I had known he was a wimp, an average profound heaven cultivator, I'd have used only 1. Humph, he had it coming. That's besides the point. It was us who acted first. With such a ruckus, our plan. What's your plan? That power. Can you tell me too? He's not dead. And he's not even hurt. Jia Lahin, use everything to push him back. Young miss, I trying to. This doesn't look like a good place to chat. That makes this stick an eyesore. The purple gold-forged heaven-breaking bludgeon was a 5th-grade spiritual weapon, and this guy used his brawn alone to crush it in his hand. Is he even human? About that plan of yours, care to fill me in? Bastard. He just broke Jalahan's arm with a single move. Monster. Huh. That's sky-piercing wolf's ultimate skill. 9th Heaven Impaler. You know Jabi. Not bad, he does have the skill of a divine archer to be able to injure Dogu Jantian. Miss Liena, now don't go thinking only you do your homework. Our side likes gossip too. Of course, I got to hear of our dear friend's remarkable skill. His bow and arrow can be as strong as he likes, but they still won't ever get to best my sacred arm. Ha ha ha. You didn't see it coming, bastard. That's Jabi's newest ultimate, 1000 Arrow Focal. This is his first time using it on the field. Try and block that. Word on the street is that 9th Heaven Impaler is incredible. I thought of giving it a shot and seeing how my arm fares. Yet instead I'm stuck with some 1000 arrow something, how droll. Let's make a bet. If even one arrow touches me, my head is yours. If not, I ask Miss to be kind enough to explain that little plan of yours. Fine. Then it's a deal. I don't believe he can't dodge all arrows. It's a deal. Ha ha ha. A true sky-piercing wolf and a flawless aim. Every last one of those hundreds of arrows hit true. I'm impressed. Miss Liener, it appears that we have a winner in our little bet. I do hope you'll concede. Miss Liener, there are 2 kinds of people I abhor. The overconfident ones, and weasels. You've checked the first type. Now I hope, for your sake, you won't make the mistake of checking the second. I may have to actually get serious. You were the one appropriated all of my shaping spring back in Beast King Mountain and along with all those ingredients on top. And now you have the cheek to preach to me about Welchers. Really shameless. Kill me then. Nana. Do you think I wouldn't dare? I wouldn't dare. Steward Zhua, please stop. They're the Chuanrong delegation. No matter what they are accused of, charging them isn't so simple. Prime Minister Zhuge, by the looks of things, you know what they're up to. Then you must also realize that they came here to kill me. Steward Zhua, please listen. They have come to solve their private matters. It has nothing to do with politics. You know what will happen if you kill them. That is not something you'd want. If you let them go, I promise they will be of use to Steward Zhua one day. You are an intelligent man. I needn't say more. Zhuge Changfeng's words mean 2 things. First, the doer will be the culprit. With Zhua Fan killing them, his head will be the only thing that can appease him. But will Zhua Fan just hand it over like that? No way in hell, and the Chuanrong will take advantage of the chaos in Tianyu and invade. If Chuanrong invades, the whole of Tianyu will resist it, the 8 houses and the 4 pillars included. As for Zhua Fan, the culprit behind it all, will have to go out there and fight. Fight till your last breath and bleed out on the battlefield. In this way, the emperor will not only have all the other factions weakened in the name of Tianyu's safety, but also showcase Tianyu's power and give the Chuanrong a lesson they will not soon forget. This is killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It will end up with everyone being the loser except the emperor. Now that right there is a classic case of the fisherman. It's so nice to talk to smart people. Right, Prime Minister. This time you owe me. I'll be sure to collect it in due time. Alright, I owe you one. I will do my all when you need me. Jabi. Chuanrong's brave warriors, 8 Wolf Warden's 2nd and 3rd team members, did a joint attack but didn't manage to hurt even a single hair of Shuafan. Instead, they were easily crippled by him. What kind of terrifying existence is this Shuafan? If Zhuge Changfeng hadn't intervened in time. I warned you not to step on his toes. And yet you. Forgive us, Prime Minister Zhuge, I failed in teaching my sister. I will make sure this never happens again. Prime Minister, sir, as you predicted. Zhuafan did have a tail behind him. But he is truly remarkable. I don't know how he did it, but he even left me behind, not just those two. The 2 tails left to report instead of following you here. Ha ha ha. They must be His Majesty's men. But that kid sure is cunning and sly like a fox. There may very well be no one in Tianyu capable of following him. Those 2 guys were merely trying their luck. Obscure wolf, you are quite smart yourself to come to me first for help. Good, very good. Prime Minister, sir, that Zhuafan was too much of a monster. I was afraid of being wiped out and thought only sir could help. Without Prime Minister Zhuge's help, my sister and my men would have been slaughtered at the hands of that twisted maniac. As a brother and young commander, I express my deepest gratitude. Young master, there's no need. Even without my interference, Zhuafan wouldn't have killed them. Oh. But sister said his killing intent was actually visible. He is not feared for his brawn, but for his insidious and twisted mind. His savage routine was all to draw me out. The one who comes out to save you first is bound to be the one closest to you. I presume that even His Majesty knows about our connection now. What should we do? Nothing. The difference between overt and covert schemes is that the latter will never see the light of day, while the former does not have such limitations. It won't change a thing even if they do know. The events will continue to play out like normal. I can no longer stop them. But wouldn't it have been better if we weren't exposed? Prime Minister, sir? Why did you come out knowing Zhuafan's intent? Because I couldn't gamble whether Zhuafan act or not, and chose to play it safe. I have read many people in my life, but only 2 have failed to open to me like a book. He is one of them. Zhuge Changfeng is known as the best mind in Tianyu, yet he can't see through a brash kid. I caught a glimpse of him before the esoteric debate, but ever since after the event, he is closed to me. Or it may be that I don't even want to see. Because in that battle, he had done terrible and unimaginable things. What did he do? He lost his control completely. At that time, that was my first time seeing him lose his mind over a woman. All of these were rash and ill-advised choices. He was sure of it as well, but made them anyway. From that moment, unwanted contriver could no longer read him. And I do not dare fathom his train of thoughts. No one can grasp when he's going to snap or play it cool. You now know why I exposed myself and why I had to save you. It is impossible for me to tell if his actions are driven by lunacy or insidious lull. A person who is too unbalanced is the most terrifying one. Who knew this day would come when you'd ask me out? We're all old friends, in a way. Chatting around a cup of tea after so long is pretty normal. Humph, cut the act. You know it well enough that our grudge can't be mitigated. We never had any friendly chats. Well, looky here, how you've improved. Think I can't snap your head right here, right now? Yes, I do. You would have long killed me by now, otherwise. I am not your match. But since I've answered your invitation, I'm sure you didn't come here just to finish me off. I see you've done some growing up over the past years. Not just a conniving mentality, but nerves too, just like that old demon back in the day. I'll keep it nice and simple. The report I have from my house's spies puts you in a precarious position, at a crossroad. And have you come to threaten me with it? Humph, see how much good will that do? My two employers agree on my choice. You won't be using that on me anytime soon. You've pegged me all wrong. I didn't come here to threaten you, instead just to talk. If you're interested. How about a three-way crossroad? Mind considering taking a step towards the Luo clan as well? You're insane. We're enemies. I'll never help you. You're so outdated. This will probably be the highest you can go. What did you say? Before the esoteric debate, I met Zhuge Chengfeng and talked. He asked me, I and Lang Wucheng scheme for our own personal gains. So why do you stay a mere steward to a rundown third-rate clan? My answer was simple. My ambitions go beyond his. The way I see it, be it some unwanted contriver or the greatest mind of this empire, I will always be better. As for you, you're not even at their level. Your scope is tiny. I see that you still don't understand. Never mind then, I don't have the time to wait for you to catch up. Tianyu is on the brink of anarchy. What promises do I have that your Luo clan will come out on top? Because I'm here. The Luo clan will have the last laugh. That's why. I will let you stay at the three-way crossroad. You will have the luxury to pick the winning side. But what should I do to get on Steward Zhua's side? You don't expect me to burn the other two bridges to take yours, do you? Of course not. You're no fool and won't do it even if I tell you to. Everyone is selfish. If the Luo clan falls, you still have the other two, right? If there are no conflicts of interest, I am open to cooperation. Splendid, it can't be simpler. I won't need you to do something hard anyway. As long as you do this at a critical time. I'll take that as a sign that you're on my side. Whispering. Are you out of your mind? Everyone is trying to do anything to not take that wretched and doomed fate, yet you want to jump right in and be the center of it all. You are not Gu Santong. What else can I do? Everyone is out to get me. As the saying goes. If I don't go to hell, who will? Now I understand how you've climbed so far. To others, you are ruthless, but a savage to yourself. From what you want of me, I can guess this much. Zhua Fan is really Zhua Fan, specialized in turning the world upside down. Ha ha ha. Please, I'm blushing. Then, to our healthy relationship. Steward Zhua, it's been a while. What could have brought upon this invitation? Sir Lang is a scheming mastermind. Why don't you guess? I may venture one on the rest of the masses, but when it comes to Steward Zhua's treachery, since the esoteric debate, I have stopped taking wild guesses. I ask that you be plain. I shall be terse then. I have invited Sir for a simple question. Speak. Sir Lang, what do you wish to accomplish by staying in the Regent estate for all these years? Did you grasp it? Steward Zhua, don't patronize me, please. I was on the brink of taking it for myself, but then you came along and all my plans went up in smoke. Well, how can you blame me? If it weren't me, then Prime Minister Zhuge. If not Prime Minister Zhuge, then still tough Emperor. Fine, fine. What are you trying to say? Sir Lang, I just want to say. You have toiled in the Regent estate for decades with the prize nowhere in sight. Perhaps you may have an easier time down at the Luo clan. Humph. Steward Zhua, you've now come to steal me away. Sorry to disappoint, but what I want is something you can't understand. Moreover, the Luo clan has you. Won't adding me make it crowded? And if I'm not in the Luo clan? There's no way that can happen. If Steward Zhua is out of the Luo clan, that house will fall apart. There'll be no point. Ha ha ha. Since I plan on leaving, I will make sure to get everything ready and not let it scatter in the wind. To complete my project, I need the help of someone. Sir Lang, Prime Minister Zhuge once said that you and him are the right hand of leaders, but each with their own agenda. I do not know what Prime Minister Zhuge's aim is. But I do have a theory about yours. Do you remember telling me how with the three of us together, nothing can stop us? It got me thinking, you may appear conceited. But you wish to prove yourself, to stand out. I am giving you the chance, now, to take all the credit. Steward Zhua, that's a huge undertaking. You plan on uniting the continent. Never dreamed of it. I am not a schemer at heart, but a cultivator yearning for the Tao. While Sir Lang is more than eager to have such a grand achievement. Yes, this is the greatest achievement of all times. But with Regent Estate's legacy, it's no problem grasping it. Why then do you insist on having me turn to the Luo clan? Because that's where I am. And there are some things only I can provide. I won't force Sir Lang to make a decision now. All you have to do is a nudge from you at the right moment and you'll be on board. As for the future, you can help the Regent Estate as its steward in any way you wish. And if the Luo clan falls, you won't be feeling any repercussions. Now, all the pieces have been laid. I'll be the one who escapes from the fate of heaven. I'm going to turn things around. Today's centennial jubilee will be the beginning. And the end of everything. Steward Zhua, are you going on a date? So handsome and dashing. It is His Majesty's anniversary today. How could I not dress the part to show my utmost respect? Anyhow, he did make me the best steward beneath heavens. Brother Zhua, you don't usually mind such niceties, how is it that today? No matter what happens, you mustn't panic. As a clan head, the least you must have is a steady mind. As for you, dwarfs, do you still remember what I told you last night? Steward Zhua, if there's one thing we're good at, it's that, ha ha ha. What's that? Zhua fan, what are you up to now? Nothing. Let's go. Sister. Let's go. Schwanger, is something wrong or do you not like my company? You should get used to it then. We will be spending many days together in the future. What? Brother Zhua, you're an eminent romantic. Every time I see you, you're holding a bell in each arm. Mind letting this bachelor in on your little secret? Fatty, I'll be frank here. Everything before was a lie, while only today is real. Congratulations, Steward Zhua. Holy maiden and a hero make for a match made in heaven, ha ha ha. Yo, Steward Zhua. You've got a new fling. Peony, silence. Don't be rude. Ha ha ha. Steward Zhua, don't mind her temper, she's a bit straightforward. How could I? She is right after all. I do have a new fling. Ha ha ha. Today is my Imperial Father's Centennial Jubilee, a national holiday. All of you coming here, especially Chuanrong's delegation coming from afar, have brought much honor with your presence. A grand occasion for Tianyu and Chuanrong to join hands. The Imperial study is everyone here. Your Majesty, they are. Please give us orders. Very well. Everyone is here. The game is finally coming to an end. The secret pearl order from 1,000 years ago is finally implemented. Tianyu is mine after all. Today is my birthday, a day to celebrate for the entire nation. Everyone is welcome to the festivities, as are the faraway Chuanrong delegation. Take your seats. Thank you, Your Majesty, may you live a long and prosperous life. The entire empire is in jubilation of your anniversary, Imperial Father. I have also prepared a special gift for this unique occasion. May Your Majesty live a long and prosperous life. Oh, Crown Prince has always been wise. I would like to see this gift. It must be a truly remarkable item, ha ha ha. Bring it forth. Is that Danqingshan, the best in the Western lands, the lands of our nation's masterpiece? Correct, young Master Tauba has a good eye. It is indeed one of Senior's rare heirlooms, lands of our nation. What's so great about some brushwork? Everyone knows, be it Chuanrong or Tianyu, that the Western lands hold a tiny and insignificant little kingdom. Yet 8 centuries ago, a talent was born in the same kingdom. Not only did his power surpass the kingdoms, but he was a scholar fascinated by painting, excelling in pen and sword. He alone had overcome 10 great sects, becoming the uncontested number 1. Legend has it that he drew one incomparable masterpiece, the lands of our nation. In those days, he watched his lands in turmoil and a crazy ambition was born from his obsession with painting. And anyone who brings this painting to him will have their dearest wish fulfilled, even helping them establish their own nation. If the legend turns true, that means Tianyu has a deadly weapon. No, we must get this painting. Your Highness, where is Danqingshan now? Why is he? They say the senior has been missing for 8 centuries. No one has found any clues of him since. What damn use does a damn painting have if you can't find the right damn person? How could an expert gone missing 8 centuries ago appear? In the end, the painting is just a piece of paper with ink on it. It poses no threat. For God's sake, you've upstaged me. I gave you all those treasures for nothing. Crown Prince, I understand your good intentions for me, the people, and the land. Using disreputable means to gain land won't last the test of time. The painting may not be practical, but it is a work of art. I shall accept it. Present the reward. Thank you, Imperial Father. May Imperial Father be as content as the sea, your rule as long as the mountains. This gift of mine is a token of my appreciation and sincerity. Imperial Father, this is heaven-piercing cloud halberd. An 8th grade spiritual weapon, a rare find that I have toiled much to bring to you. Be that as it may, what am I to do with this toy, son? Of course I've brought it for your safety, Imperial Father. You would stick to the elder brother's side, but not mine. Imperial Father, this 8th grade spiritual weapon is far better than my eldest brother's painting. I accept your gift. But I am unable to use it, so I will bestow it to you. I hope that it may help you in defending Tianyu and strike at the heart of its enemies. Wait, Imperial Father, that's the same as not taking my gift. Is my 8th grade spiritual weapon less than the elder brother's painting? Please reconsider, Imperial Father. Younger, remember this. What I give you, you will accept without question. What I don't give you, don't ever try to take it. Am I clear? Turns out, the Emperor is not as kind as he seems.